It's been a year since the last time I announced this, so I think it's time for my yearly update. PSA, we do not pee out of the cooch. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. See you next year. Well, you probably don't do it out of your booty, though you do talk out of there. LOL. And that leaves the cooch unless there's a third hole somewhere for the pee to come out of. Look, I'm not gonna say you need to be an absolute professional on women before talking to them about this kind of thing, but you gotta have some kind of knowledge somewhere, and this very much ain't that. Let me guess then, they're also gonna go off and complain about why she has to repeat this every single year, let alone you being one of the wonderful examples. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video for the day. We're going back into r/BadWomensAnatomy because I am legitimately surprised that 10th grade health was apparently very hard for some people. If you guys would like to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up the wholesome internet discussions, and if you have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. Okie dokie, leg go. I just had a man tell me I didn't get a hysterectomy because I still have my cooch, okay? He went on to say that I'm 100% wrong and still have my uterus, fallopian tubes, and cervix because they only take your female reproductive parts. I asked him what he thinks they are, and he said your cooch and stomach where you carry the baby. I choked on my water and almost threw up after from laughing so hard. Why do I get the weird feeling he's one of those dum-dums that thinks that trying to say, oh, I'll hit your ribs is a flex, and very much it just sounds stupid and creepy. It's very concerning that this dude don't realize that women aren't built like that. Just because the things are still there don't mean that they're all still functioning like they were prior to the procedure. When you get your tubes tied, that's very much what they call it for a reason. It's not like they rip everything out. What a beautiful day to remember that Marceline is a black woman.
Actually, she's not black because her father was a vampire, and you're always what your father is because he has the true seed, and you come from his nut.
This might be the dumbest comment I have ever seen on the internet. It's definitely in the top 5. I didn't even think this type of conversation would come up. Also, I didn't even know Marceline had parents. But then again, I didn't watch enough Adventure Time to see who actually had parents in the show. Plus, also, it don't matter what color the vampire or the vampire's parents are. The character's still a cool character. Like I said, I didn't watch much of the show, but pretty much my favorite character from that show was Jake the dog.
Your sperm is alive. It is living cells. When it is injected into you, it swims and swims until it crashes headlong into a wall, and then it attaches and burrows into your flesh. If it's in your mouth, it swims and climbs into your nasal passages, inner ear, and behind your eyes. Then it digs in. It enters your bloodstream and collects in your brain and spine. Unlike something out of a sci-fi movie, it becomes a part of you, and you can't get rid of it. We are only now beginning to understand the full power of ramifications of sexual. Yes, there's a town in Pennsylvania called that.
Sperm is swimming in your eyeballs. Know that guy from Tinder you hooked up with the night you met him? He lives inside of you now, forever.
Casual messing around is disgusting. Stop.
Yes, well, you know the nut is very persistent. It can escape in any root and crevice whatsoever. If you've ever seen an eye wiggler, nope, it's secretly a sperm cell that got away. And for those who are guys, well, you might need the Flex Seal. You might have a crack in them. If you bring a can of Flex Seal into your local urologist, he'll know what's up and be able to help.
Teach your daughters that their most priceless jewel is a clean, undefiled body.
The more I see stuff like this, the more I just feel pain whenever I think of those people. It's like, oh, you're going to the bad place if you participate in any of this stuff listed here whatsoever. And you guys know what I'm talking about. The dudes that hold those banner signs that says, oh yes, if you've ever whacked it, held hands in public, or played video games, you are going to heck. Last time I saw them dum-dums was outside of Otakon in DC, and I'm not going to be surprised if I see them again. Technically, virginity isn't real. It's made up social concept, so it's up to interpretation.
That is bull, and you know it. There is literally hymen in women. For men, it might not matter, but there is literally a biological difference between a woman who has done the under-the-sheet shuffle and a woman who hasn't.
Yeah, but the hymen sometimes break for other reasons, and sometimes it doesn't even break from that. Also, not all women have it, so being a non-virgin only correlates positively with having a broken hymen, so saying it determines virginity is kind of a stretch.
So, you're saying a small chance of something happening completely throws out the whole point of the hymen in the first place?
What do you think the whole point of the hymen is? I gotta say, if somebody is so dead set on knowing if that particular part of a woman's body is intact, that's gotta raise a few flags for those people around them. And yeah, it doesn't even have to be the under-the-sheet shuffle that does that. There's been some cases where people have just like gone over bumps or something, like riding a bike, and just they felt a sudden pain. How skin-tight latex actually fits versus the character's design. Yeah, no, I gotta cover up the right because YouTube don't know the difference. I gotta say, I think the main blame for all of that type of thought process about the character design is like, that's very much like 90s and early 2000s anime when it came to that kind of like a more adult side of the media. And at least in like more recent medias, more commonly, they've shown clothes that actually fit how clothes are supposed to, not the stuff with the babbler pockets. I got a job at Hooters once because I stuffed 2 water balloons in my shirt, so when I was waiting tables, I had to have the balloons on me. But it worked out. Anyone asked for a refill of water, I just stabbed my tea and with a fork and let it drain into the glass. People were freaking out. This one guy is scandalized. He's like, shouldn't it be milk? No, dude, it should be blood. I'm fairly certain that this is like right in the special category of dum-dum, right up there with the whole peas stored in the balls thing. Definitely, obviously, don't you know the booba is definitely just 100% a milk bag. And don't you know if you listen closely to either of them, you can hear the sloshing. It's dum-dums like that are the reasons we weren't allowed to use Wikipedia to research stuff in grade school. Whacking it can apparently open a portal to heck, according to a Christian author. Sorry everybody, I accidentally spoiled Helltaker for everybody. My room, I love the fact that people have taken that portal scene from Endgame and just memed the ever-living heck out of it. Great movie, and it gave birth to way too many memes.
Why would a girl have a demon in a room then?
Why would a girl have... Woman whack it too, dumbbutt. Ah yes, another wonderful episode of What Are People Gatekeeping Today? Apparently today's episode is dopamine. Also, this last bit's just a PSA. If you're opening portals from whacking it, please do realize that the sling ring is supposed to go on your fingers, not anywhere else.
Left photo. The kitty is looking to his clock. His clock is facing the world. This is correct. Right photo. His clock is looking to her kitty. Her kitty is facing the world. This is wrong.
I can't be the only one that's starting to realize and questioning why is it that some of the stupidest people are the ones to constantly overanalyze stuff to this point.
I have 3 kids and prefer to date women with kids as well.
Oh, I understand. Well, I'm sorry, but I don't have any children.
Why not? What's wrong? Don't you like kids?
Yes, I like kids just fine.
Well, then I mean you are in your 30s. Shouldn't you be having a kid by now?
It's called infertility, you douche.
Oh, frick, I'm sorry, but I guess on the bright side, you're still pretty toit then, right?
F you. Somebody's worth as a human being is not defined by whether the fact they have kids or not in their 30s. And I hate the fact that there are people that think this way. It really does suck and goes to show that there are just people that are outright douchebags. Plus also, last I checked, kids are kind of expensive, and because of the way money's going right now, things are only going to get more and more expensive, so I don't think taking care of a whole nother human being is a good idea right about now. After exhaustive research, I believe I have a pretty good handle on what women want. Less interference in their bodily autonomy, fewer creeps, and more pockets. Honestly, I never understood the whole thing with like women having fake pockets, little pockets, or no pockets on whatever they got, because I gotta say, it's just outright confusing. Give women cargo short pants, like those kind of things. Those are some deep pockets. They might as well be TARDIS level deep. I know I'm not the only one who says that there needs to be like women's cargo pants, because like cargo pants are by default the pocket pants. Hello, yes, sometimes women can be naturally muscular too. I have never been to the gym or had a regular workout routine in my life. If you play the game, I think you'll find all of your questions about Abby get answered, including why is she ripped as F?
1 out of 2.
Oh yes, lovely, just what we need, a sequel to this thing I already hate.
I hate to be that guy, but if she swallows or takes a nut up the rear, it contains testosterone, and especially when put up the rear, where things go through your entire bloodstream, an entire cycle plus before it gets to your liver/kidneys, it's just like taking steroids.
I do kind of think that you might want to think about stuff before you speak, because because, like, it's just general exercise and taking good care of yourself that can lead to muscle definition coming. Like, seriously, you just make sure you eat proper things, proper sleep schedule also, and just moderately exercise, like, be a little active. That's good. Don't even think that you can gatekeep muscle definition. That is just outright stupid. But with that, that's dumb, that's gonna have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, because that engagement is ever so appreciated. And if you have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.